Good morning from California, where intimate images belonging to Oren leaked online.
Where are you?
I don't want to tell you where I am.
I want to be alone. Let me take care of this.
You are not in control anymore.
I gave her a life. Network TV money, man.
It's hard to be a star. People mess up. Then they just drift away. I'll take care of everything. Guaranteed.
Unlocked.
Hello, everyone. My name is Heather Hurt with the NRW, where nerds rule the world, and I'm here with Gianni Paolo. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're okay.
Names all running together. Gianni Paolo, who plays Marcus in the upcoming film Trust. How are you today, sir?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Thank you so much. The movie's getting closer and closer. How are you feeling as it's about to come out?
I'm so excited. I've been waiting for everyone to see this. We had like a little screening, kind of like friends and family, a couple weeks ago, and just seeing everyone's reactions, I was so excited about. So I can't wait to see the fans' reactions. It's gonna be interesting.
It's awesome. That's awesome. And I know the stories about Lauren, but you can't deny that, like, the biggest word the biggest thought when it comes to trust is around Marcus, because how trust is communicated between him and his cohorts, and how he interacts later on is honestly the biggest definition to me within the film. So I really enjoyed Marcus. Tell me, when you first read him on the page, what were your thoughts about him?
My initial thoughts were, for some reason, he kept reading as very naive. So I had a couple conversations with the director, Carlson, and she was kind of seeing the character in a different way from another film. And like kind of Ewan McGregor. What's that movie?
Trainspotting?
Yes, Trainspotting. Yes. She was like, oh, I see him kind of like this. And he seemed a little smarter in that. And I was reading him as very naive. So we kind of found like a middle ground where we both really liked, and actually think it came out perfectly from each of those inspirations. So I first read him, I thought that, and we just played around and had a lot of fun with it. And obviously what came out was I loved it. I loved how it came out, but I guess we'll see what everyone else thinks.
So then what was, from what we saw, if you could have changed one thing, if you had done the original version of him, how do you think he would have turned out in this scenario?
I think he would have been in the movie less if he was even less naive. But yeah, I don't know. I felt like when everything was happening, there were different levels of, like, is he smarter? Is he being dumber? Is he, at these points? And then obviously, like, we saw what happened. So it's kind of his own fault in a way. But Uncle Darren and I don't even think, did we get the name of the other of our cousin in the movie? Did he say his name?
Yeah, they call Fog. I think that's what they officially called him.
Yeah, I thought they might have cut some stuff because I didn't know what actually made it, because I had seen different versions of the film. But yeah, they kind of are just too crazy in their own way, kind of like three Stooges, Dumb and Dumber. But I thought that's what made the movie so funny and fun. It kind of had like a little bit of Home Alone vibes to it too.
That's a great way to put it. I was one of the things that the Carlson, I spoke to her yesterday. She mentioned that there was a level of levity in the film, even though this is a thriller. Trust is a
Right.
thriller. It's an emotional thriller. But honestly, so much of that was between Marcus and Darren, and that was so important. Did you expect to be kind of the comedic relief in this film, just a little bit?
It's so weird because I'm never the comedic relief, and then somehow, like, I think I just go to set early and I just start talking to people, and that's kind of how I am anyways. So then people are always like, why don't you do, like, that was never any funny moments, any funny characters. And then I just feel like it always winds up happening where they're like, yeah, do that or go further with it. I'm like, all right. And then it always winds up happening where I do have comedic moments and stuff, even when it's not on the page. That's what happened in Power. There were a lot more comedic moments in Ma than were on the page. So like everything I do, that winds up happening. And I don't know if it's a good or bad thing, but it's gonna, that'll be the story of my career for sure.
No, that's never a bad thing. You're always
Yeah,
a smile.
I know.
That's always
Sometimes you want to be taken a little bit seriously, but I think I'm just too goofy as a person that they see it in me. They're like, yeah, keep going with that.
Perfect. I'm having fun with this interview.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say that. So, as Marcus progresses, as we learn more about him and his family, we learn that he is actually, his background is a lot different than what we perceive it was now. While you were filming, what were you surprised to learn about him, or what do you wish that you could have portrayed to the audience about who he was in the past or who he could become?
Honestly, like maybe there's a prequel series for Marcus and Darren. I think there was just so much about his story that you're like, wait, he works at this Airbnb and there's cameras in there. Like it is a whole story on its own for sure. I still don't know if he's a good or bad guy at this point. I think maybe he's good in some ways and bad in other ways, and I think that's what's probably most interesting about him for sure. But yeah, we know clear and cut who the bad guys are in this movie. But Marcus, he seems like a good guy too, but like he could have a bad dark past, especially living with these guys. You don't know what he's been up to. So I think fleshing that out would definitely be cool and fun and interesting. I'm just trying to get myself a prequel movie. I'm like, Paramount is on here.
I don't know. I'm just hey, network where you can. I believe in it. I believe in it. But at the same time, something you just said is so important. We mostly know who the good and bad guys are when we're watching the
Right.
film, from an audience perspective. We're 95% sure we know that there's, that nice clean black and white line right there.
Right.
But it's not so much there. And that relationship that Marcus has with his family is just that perfect example. So with you, so one of the things that's so important is, what is trust to Marcus?
Right.
What does that look like between him and his family? Because it doesn't really feel like it's there.
It's weird because there's not a lot of trust like between him and his family. There's not a lot of trust between him and the people, quote unquote, are going to the Airbnbs. I feel like there's no trust anywhere, even with, Sophie's character. I feel like there's a lot of perceived trust, but deep down there's zero with every character in the movie. Even, later in the movie with other characters, they work for each other. There's not really much trust there. I think that's why, the name of the movie is actually so great, because there is trust, but not really throughout the entire movie. And I think that's fun too. Like that's always kind of fun because the audience sees it, but the people on screen don't see that there's no trust. So I think that's kind of, the most fun part about being an audience member in a movie like this.
Absolutely. And the name is perfect. Watching the film, the name is perfect. I actually, and I'm going to ask this to you. I asked Carlson, it's did the definition of trust change after you made this film? And she said, yes. What about you?
I don't know. I think I can kind of, be away from what I read and what I act. Like I can decompartmentalize and, not bring home work with me. It definitely makes you think after watching the movie and being like, oh, like some parts were gross and weird. And so it definitely makes you think. Did it change my definition of trust? Maybe with the Hollywood stuff for sure. Seeing that, especially being in that world, is definitely crazy to watch. So I would say, yeah, I definitely say, yeah, it definitely did kind of how I see some things. Maybe not my full definition, but kind of how I see some things.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. All right. And my last question goes more towards the action sequences of this film. What's really fun is you mentioned Home Alone. This is kind of like a Home Alone meets like an Ocean's 11 kind of situation where there's a heist within a heist. And so what is your absolute favorite thing that you got to do on the set amongst everybody in this fun thriller?
It's hard without giving away too much because it's something that I've always wanted to do. But I would just say, it's kind of cool. See, that's also giving away other thing. I'm trying to think without giving anything away. I would just say working with the cast because everyone was a legend in their own shows. Sophie Turner from Game of Thrones, Rhys Coiro from Entourage, Katey, Sagal, and Sons of Anarchy. Like, I felt like we just got TV legends to make this movie, which was so cool. So I'm gonna go with a safe answer and say the people who are in the film, but also there are so many cool twists and crazy things that every person got to do. So that's why I don't want to give anything away. So I would tell people to go watch it. So then maybe after the movie comes out, I can talk about the coolest parts of doing this film.
Got it. I see that there. I see that. Thank you, Gianni, so much for your time today. Trust arrives exclusively in theaters on August 22nd. You have a wonderful day.
Thank you. You too. I appreciate it.
Nerds rule the world.
Pleasure chatting with you. Love to all my nerds who rule the world.
Nerds rule the world.
Yes, we do.
Thanks. Nerds rule the world.
Thank you.
I love the nerds ruling the world, so more power to you.
Patrick, what up, man? And yes, they do. Nerds rule the world, kid.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Awesome. Kuya P, nerds rule the world. Hello.
Yes, they do.
Yes.
Oh,
Nerds rule the world.
I got.
It's in the title of your show, like Nerds Rule the World. Like, I want more Black weirdos on screen, and I don't feel like we ever get to see that very much.
Thank you so much. Nerds do rule the world.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you, Nerds Rule.
Love it.
Hello, Sarah. Hello, Julian.
Nerds rule. Yes.
Rock on. I love it. Thank you so much.
It's good to see you. I love Nerds Rule the World.
But yeah, there's a heavy nerd component, man.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, if you ask me, nerds rule the world. So
Absolutely.
And you're right. Nerds do rule the world.
We're just the best.
Yes.
Thank you, ladies.
Nerds so much.
Yes. Thank you, guys.
Bye.
It's your boy Kuya P. Nerds rule the world. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate you.
They rule the world all right.
Yes. Take care, Tony. Thank you, guys.